Every Harry Potter fan recalls that scene in Order of the Phoenix. We scream at the page when Harry ignores the silver mirror. Why risk a fireplace in Umbridge's office? Why not use the mirror Sirius gave him? Critics call it a plot hole or a lazy writing choice. They think if Harry used it, Sirius would live. But this was not an oversight. It was a painful look at their character. Do not view the mirror as a simple tool. See it as a weapon. The book says Harry forgot because of his trauma and isolation. But we must look deeper. Why would a boy desperate for a father figure ignore his only link to him? The answer is not in his memory. It is in his fear. By his 5th year, Harry knew love cost lives. He watched Cedric die. He watched his parents die. He lived with a heavy, silent belief. He thought his presence endangered those he loved. Using the mirror meant pulling Sirius into the crosshairs. Harry hid the mirror to protect his godfather. He traded his own lifeline for Sirius's safety.
Now consider Sirius. Why did he never reach out? He spent 12 years in prison. Then he spent years trapped in his family home. He was a man rotting in a cage. He was silenced by Dumbledore and ignored by the Order. He felt like a ghost. He gave Harry that package to say he was there, but his own self-hatred kept him silent. These mirrors were relics of a golden age. James and Sirius used them at school. Sirius hoped to regain that connection with Harry. But Harry was not James. He was a boy carrying a prophecy and seeing death. Rowling said Harry cracked up. He suffered from real trauma. He was not just being a teenager. He made a desperate choice to keep Sirius away from his chaos. Harry used the fireplace because he felt it was safe. He avoided the mirror because it demanded true intimacy. It forced him to admit he needed help. He feared that needing people caused their deaths. Sirius sat in the dark kitchen. He waited for a signal that never came. He feared he would draw Harry into the war. Both held the thread and feared pulling it. When Harry smashes the mirror, he realizes his mistake. The distance he created was not a shield. It was a grave. The tragedy required one thing neither could give. They needed the courage to be vulnerable. Some still call this a plot hole. They want logical machines, not people. But the mirror's silence is the point. It shows the chasm between two people who lost each other in the dark. We see the shard Harry uses later. It proves the mirror worked. The magic was not broken. The people were. In the final book, Harry was desperate and had no choices left. He finally accepted he could not do this alone. That proves the mirror was never the problem. Their internal walls were the real blockade. Sirius suffered deeply in that house. It was a monument to his trauma and his family's dark past. He was a fighter, forced to be a bystander. The mirror was his last link to his identity as Padfoot. By ignoring it, Harry denied Sirius his purpose. Sirius assumed Harry was safe because he did not call. He projected his desire for safety onto Harry.
Headquarters was a place of secrets and tension.
Sirius felt isolated even in a crowd. He gave Harry a simple promise, but the 5th year was defined by fear. Harry hid the mirror to keep it from Umbridge. He feared the Ministry could track it. His constant need to survive blinded him to the solution. He did not know how to share his burden.
We do not need to fix the plot. We must acknowledge the weight of these choices. It was not a lack of magic that killed Sirius. It was the desperate attempt to protect the person he loved most. That is heavier than any enchanted glass. It was not a plot hole. It was a mirror. They were both too afraid to look into it. The mirror is a symbol of the path not taken. It shows that internal forces like fear and grief are the most powerful. Harry thought he was a hero by keeping his distance. Sirius thought he was a guardian by staying hidden. They were both humanly wrong. The mirror shows the gap between who we are and who we need to be. It is not a flaw. It is a painful truth